Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. This is Big Girl Diary. Okay, I got to explain something to some of you. I was reading some of the chats, and one thing that I don't do is gossip. I only deal with what is written and then I expound on it. Now, when you get into gossip, it lines you up with lawsuits. Cardi B sued a YouTuber for $4 million. Tasha K had over 1 million subscribers, a successful YouTuber, but she does some fantastic interviews. But on some of her live streams, she gets to be a little outrageous. And Cardi B, sued her successfully under the First Amendment. But I digress. Oh, also, she got sued again by Kevin Hart. Okay. Kevin Hart, his his um his personal assistant. His personal assistant signed a NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, and then went and told his wife that he was, cheating on her. And then went to Tasha K and told the world. I mean, oh my goodness. But Tasha K successfully beat that suit. So okay, Kevin, maybe you might want to operate in a different way, like be faithful to your wife. Okay, I'm just saying that. But Kensington Palace and Kate and William saga. Oh my goodness. I like that music. I like the instrumental. Okay. Last live stream, I was talking about cancer, Kate Middleton coming out and making a statement. Now, I wasn't focusing on her statement or all of that stuff, just the cancer part, because I can identify with that. But I waited and I'm glad I did. Those who jumped on that bandwagon and they got to backtrack now. I'm going to say something. It's going to be very hard for me to ever believe Kensington Palace. It's going to be very hard for me to ever, 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 ever. If you know what that is, put it down. That is so inside in hip hop. Very. Those of you who are hip hop, if you know about hip hop, then you know exactly what I'm talking about and what song it comes from. All right. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. All right. Outside of that, I can't believe Kensington Palace. I cannot believe Prince William. I can't believe a thing that he says without it being verified by somebody or someone independently. That's just how I feel. I do. And I don't take that lightly. I don't. I have, like a lot of other people, have given him time and time and time. And every time something came out through his approval. Look, no pictures, no videos come out without the palace's approval. Let's please understand that first. Okay. And then I'm going to go over some things that I brought out and I want you to take a look at and for you to have an understanding why I say what I say. Mm. I know Princess Diana would be very unhappy and displeased with all of this going on. Well, not no, I would think. But as a mother, and I'm looking at my children who are behaving like that, I would be very displeased. Very, very much so. But let's go ahead and get into the thick of it. Let's first deal with this first. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Now, before we get into it, I whether if you what's going on? Hmm. Okay, let me try this again. Come on, screen. Please don't act up. Please don't. Please don't act up. Please. Okay, good. I want to talk about this real quick. Now, what I had a problem, well, not a problem, but I didn't understand why Kate Middleton's uncle apologizing for blasting Meghan Markle ahead of her cancer reveal. Now, it seems like that, you know, the royal family, some parts of them, and some of Kate's family are aiming at Meghan Markle. And for what reason, I have no idea why. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. What is a pile on? But now that they are gone, the Sussexes are gone, now everything is headed towards Kate. Kate is now the how can I say, the pincushion of being poked at. And I understand why, because at first Kate was being poked at. And then when Meghan Markle came into the situation, like, oh yes, finally I get some relief. Let me pile on because I was being piled on. Let me pile on with them. Now that Princess Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, or shall I say Meghan of Sussex? I'm not quite sure how that goes. Now that they're gone. But again, I have a hard time believing anything that the Kensington Palace or even Buckingham Palace says, because they have to approve everything. But where did I want to? Okay, this is what I found quite interesting and very immature and petty for his age. Okay, according to the Times, Gary Goldsmith, Kate's uncle, has nicknamed Meghan Laughing Girl, telling the paper a week ago. Let's face it, Laughing Girl isn't going to be around forever, is she? Isn't that a horrible thing to say? That is a horrible thing to say. Okay, he said that. She isn't always going to be around. What a negative thing to say, negative energy. Now, as soon as his niece is sick, all of a sudden, I'm pointing that negativity at her, but look at what my niece is going through. Let me go ahead and apologize. That is an ugly thing to put out. That is so horrible. Very horrible. I just wanted to point that out real quick because I thought it was terrible and devastating. I think she's fickle. I think she is so bad for Harry and for our country. She is not look. Please understand this. Please understand this. Princess Meghan is never going to be queen. So what all this hostility is, I mean, we can all point out the obvious, but I'm going to leave that alone. I mean, that is something that some of you who are pointing out all that hostility, um, unkindness, aloofness, no, not even aloofness, but unkindness, it has a basis in something, and it's nothing nice. It's based in something. Okay. And whatever your reasons are for having that type of ugliness, and what can you point at besides her smiling and laughing? I mean, that right there ought to be a good thing, but however, it isn't in some people's cases. But I digress on that. Now, let's go ahead and get to the real thing that I want to get to. I just wanted to simply point that out. Okay. No, let me take that down. Now, this is what I found very, very interesting. Let me bring this out first. Oh no. Okay. Okay, we'll talk about this and then bring in something because it was interesting. Yesterday, a lot of information came out, and Anderson Cooper, oh my goodness. And this is the reason why I have a problem with Ken's album being able to believe anything that comes out from them. Okay, let me first get to this. Now here, William and Kate Middleton issue a new statement after she reveals her cancer diagnosis. Now, my thing is this: where were you, William? Prince William, where were you when she issued this statement? She was sitting there all by herself. Now, other people brought out information as far as she was wearing the same clothes she wore a couple of years ago, and she likes to wear some of the same clothing maybe twice because she likes it or has it altered, which I think that's great. But this is what I want to really hone in on here. Not this, but I'm going to lead into it. Coming from Kensington Palace, can we really trust them? The couple said in their statement, Prince and Princess are both enormously touched by the kind messages from people here in the UK and across the Commonwealth and around the world in response to the Royal Highness. Now, this is what I found interesting. Her Royal Highness, that is for the Queen, unless if they're moving power. King William, I'm sorry, King Charles is king. So I'm not quite sure why they're calling unless if they mean Queen Consort Camilla. I'm not sure why that they would put that title to Princess Kate. Why would she be Her Royal Highness? That's for the king and queen. But I may be wrong. I don't know. But it's something to look into. Highness's message, and they are extremely moved by the public. And I even read articles as far as in the Republic of Georgia, a southern Russia. And I thought, I'm sorry, rushing waters. I can't even say the name without there being an issue. But now let's take a look at this. Now, here. She went on, my medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of premeditative chemotherapy. Now, in a previous my previous live stream, I said that my two siblings had and passed away of cancer. Now, when my brother was first diagnosed with cancer, they saw something and there was a biopsy. Then there were like cats, all these different scans that he had to go through to make sure to see the imaging to see what is it. And then once they're like, okay, cancer, then the biopsy to confirm it. Then came the surgery to remove it, then chemotherapy. Now, when I heard that, I didn't say anything. I'm like, let me just stick with this. But I have never heard of preventive chemotherapy. So basically, you're going to poison your body before you get cancer. Just think of that. Hold on to that for a second. Wait a minute. Wait. Let me see me here. Premeditative chemotherapy, not preventive chemotherapy. You are preventing. You don't have it, but you're going to make sure that you're going to give yourself chemotherapy to keep yourself from having it. That is what preventive care means. You are preventing something from occurring. Let's just sit right there for a second. We go to the doctors once a year to get a physical and to have preventive. Well, okay, we have our care. And if they see something that is a little abnormal, then they're like, okay, let's look into this, right? But not just, I'm not going to harp on this too much longer, but not say, okay, we're going to do this before that. Now you can go ahead and say, BGD, you're making too much of this. You're over analyzing it. You're just doing it a bit too much. Really? Let me ask you, have you ever had preventative care, right? To prevent something from occurring and you did it after it occurred? I mean, just help me out here. Just does that make any sense? And if that makes sense to you, then okay. And I'll leave it right there. It makes no sense to me. All right. And I'm now ready. Now I am in early stages of that treatment. Now we have no idea what type of cancer she has, what stage it was in, what it was. Now I'm not saying that we have to know every aspect of their life, but those of you who come into my chat area, why are you talking about this? Leave her alone. Excuse me, let me help you out here. Prince William calls this, Kensington Palace calls this, because I was talking about Marilyn Manson. I was talking about feminism. Them brought this to us. They wanted the attention. Now they got it. Now that they got it, now they don't want it because we are asking questions. Not the whole world are asking questions. What's going on, William? Prince William, what's going on? You're putting all this stuff out. Why couldn't you just simply have said? Very easy. Everyone else says it. And keep in mind, everyone puts on their pants the same way, one leg at a time. You put on your socks, one sock at a time. You put on your dress, skirt. Yep. Okay. The same way. I would like to say that Princess Kate, my wife, has cancer. And she said an outpour of love. Now, within that, you all still go back to the article. I'm disappointed, but that's just me. Okay, this course came. This, of course, came as a huge shock, and William and I have been doing everything we can to process and manage this this privately for the sake of our young family. I don't think William was doing a good job of throwing all that craziness out. As you can imagine, and I've been there with my siblings, this has taken time and has taken me time to recover from major surgery in order to start my treatment. Okay. So Kate continues saying, in uh, it has been incredibly tough the past couple of months of our entire family, but we've been we've had a fantastic medical team. Now, this is where I find interesting is that Kensington Palace has everything. Kensington Palace. Now, the royals have everything what they need within their confines. They have hospitals, anything that they need. They didn't have to go outside of the palace walls in order to get any type of services. The one who broke that mold was Princess Diana. She wanted her children to be born in a hospital to be like other people. That's what she wanted so badly. Ooh, Princess Diana, you did the very best you could. You did. Queen Diana, as I lovingly call her. Okay. Now, I thought that was very interesting. And getting stronger every day and focusing on the things that will help me heal mind and body and spirit. And I am telling you, in order to beat that, you need your mind, body, and spirit all in one. I'm going to deviate for a second. My brother had a cancer called astrocytoma brain tumors. And he was expected to live. When they found out about it, they gave him 6 months, 6 months, 6 months. But he had such a strong belief in God and Jesus Christ, such a strong belief that those 6 months came to 6 years. And at some point, we try to keep things as normal as possible, no matter how he declined. My mom, and this was about 15 years ago. My mom and my sisters, we did our very best to keep our feelings away as far as what he was going through and to keep it normal, and he was happy, and the cancer spread all over his brain to where he had dementia. I mean, it was rough to watch. I would never want to do that again, but because his mind, body, and spirit were one, he lived longer. So when you look at the scriptures, I don't know if you know the scriptures or not, whatever your belief is, but you can move mountains. And he moved mountains. for 6 years when he should have gone 5 years and 5 months. I mean, 6 months before that. So that statement is very true, mind, body, and spirit. And I really do wish Kate Godspeed, happiness, health, and a long life. She may not be my favorite, and I may not like the things that she has done, whether if she done it willingly or simply to go along, to get along, to be in a pack. Whether if that was it, I don't wish anyone ill will. I don't wish her ill will. No, just a better attitude. Okay. Let me see. And it goes on. And it goes on. So and what? What do you want? Come here. The cat wants some attention. Come here. Well, then why are you bothering me? The cat. My daughter's cat. Ah. Okay. Now, this is, you really pay attention to this. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm sorry. Let me put this at the right point. Now, in CNN, and don't beat me up, CNN. Don't do that. But listen, this was quite interesting. Anderson Cooper was talking about the diagnosis, and they were talking about Princess Kate and the diagnosis, and this happened. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I think the timeline that you just laid out is really interesting and important. I mean, that was a very touching statement, obviously, but we still don't know what kind of cancer this is. As Max mentioned, we don't know what stage this is. But January 16th is when we were told she was going in for surgery. The next day, we were told that she's probably going to have a somewhat prolonged hospitalization, and it was almost 2 weeks, 13 days later, that she was discharged. So that was end of January. Then it was end of February where we now understand she started this chemotherapy. And obviously we're hearing about this 3 weeks later for all the reasons she mentioned. One thing, they use this term preventive chemotherapy in the statement, which I think is a very non-medical term. I mean, you don't give chemotherapy preventatively. She has cancer. We don't know what kind of cancer it is. And this is typically something that's referred to as adjuvant chemotherapy, meaning something alongside the surgery now that's being given. But, what stands out to me is that, it's very touching, but we don't know the cancer. We don't know the staging. We did not hear anything from the medical team saying, hey, look, we expect a full recovery. She obviously has said that, but it's there's a lot of questions, I think, that still remain and need to be answered, I think, in some way.
And so just talk a little bit about chemotherapy. Again, we don't know what type of cancer is or how,
right.
But what is sort of in general, how does chemotherapy work? Does someone have to go to a hospital for that? Is that something that can be done privately at their residence? What sort of, effect does it have?
Yeah, I mean, there's, these are medications that are typically given in the bloodstream. Sometimes they can be given as a pill orally. If it's given in the bloodstream, then people do typically go to the hospital. Of course, we're talking about the royal family, so I think anything probably is possible for the royal family in terms of doing it more privately. But as Max said, it can be several weeks of these therapies, and they're designed, like the basic notion is we did the operation, now we find cancer, there's likely to be some cancer that is remaining in the body, let's give chemotherapy to try and target those remaining cells. That's the basic sort of idea behind chemo. But I almost can't say anything more than that, because we don't know what kind of cancer, we don't know what stage, we don't know what the chemotherapy is, and we don't know even what type, meaning would she need to be even in an outpatient setting in the hospital.
And just in terms of, I mean, how arduous is it between, I mean, I know people who've had chemotherapy and it's incredibly debilitating. Is that always the case?
Not necessarily always the case, and there are some that are far more debilitating than others. And I want to be just really careful because, again, there's so many things we don't know. But one of the things that you think about with cancer cells is that they divide very rapidly. Okay, so you're targeting cells that are dividing very rapidly. That's what chemotherapy does. What other cells divide very rapidly in your body? The cells that create your hair, for example, which is why people may lose hair. The cells inside your intestines divide very rapidly, which is why people often get sick. They feel nauseated when they take chemotherapy. But that's not all chemotherapies. We don't know which ones. We don't know. Again, I'm repeating myself, don't know which cancer or what stage. So it's very hard to speculate what this chemotherapy would do to her, how often she'll need it, how long she'll need it. Maybe we'll get more of those details forthcoming.
And Max Foster, if you're still with us, just remind us when Kate was in the hospital at the same time that King Charles was in the hospital, at what stage did he announce that he was being treated, I believe it was for prostate cancer? And obviously Kate has made the point that when prior to the surgery, they did not believe that there was cancer present prior to the abdominal surgery that she says she had.
Yeah, there was no sign that there was cancer before they went in. It's exactly, strangely, the same situation. So they both went into hospital. Tests were done in hospital, and they discovered cancer afterwards. So it was after she left hospital, as I understand it, but we're waiting to confirm that. I don't think that she actually heard when she was in hospital. So, this major abdominal.
Okay, wait. That makes no sense right there. Now, they said that she went into the hospital, had the surgery. Then after that, then it was like there was no cancer. Then after that, there was cancer. I mean, when you have all those tests, you have those CAT scans, and I'm being a little hyperbolic here. You have the rainbow spectrum of tests that you're going to have to find out what's going on inside her body. And then they go in there, look around. I'm just going to go in there and look around. I have no real aim. Something, it's not cancer. It isn't, but I'm just going to go in there and take something out, close you up. Later, you have cancer. No. This is what I'm talking about. Can they be trusted? Can Kensington Palace, can anyone who speaks for Kensington Palace be trusted? Just, I don't know.
Surgery and then finding out. So that's how we understand the process worked. They are not going to give us any more information. They are not going to reveal the type of cancer, but they are going to give updates when there are updates to give. We've had this before, haven't we, Anderson? But this is as far as they're going to go for now in terms of information. And she will appear, I think, at some point. We were expecting to see her at the Easter services next weekend. That's not going to happen, I'm told, but there will be appearances. And people.
Okay, I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave it right there. What I will say is this. Something isn't right. Something is not right at all. Now, King Charles has prostate cancer. They said prostate cancer. And another thing that I found interesting was Queen Elizabeth had cancer. Prince Philip had cancer. And they were still working, having cancer, and still dealing with the public. What is really going on? Now, I try to find an article in Spain because their cousins in Spain said that, and I'm not trying to pass any, it's not gossip. I'm only talking about what is written. in Spain, someone stated, I can't find an article, I'm going according to my memory, that she was in a coma. Interesting. Don't know. But there's so much speculation, and these videos are being altered. And in fact, let me find that. Let me see if I can now bring this up so to see if you can see it, because the videos and the what do you call it, photos have been so heavily filtered that, let me see if I can make this bigger. Now look, right here, right around here. Oh goodness. Right around here would be her mole. And she most definitely had that mole. I'm going to try to find another picture. But I just start bringing little close-ups. I'm going to see if I can bring a close-up on that video. Wait a minute. Where is it? Let me bring it down some. This is a little hard. Come on. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. Well, wait a minute. Let me see. Am I bringing? Okay. All right, good. Are there any photos of her leaving the hospital? Let me see if her today. Okay. Okay. Let's see this one. Can I make that bigger? Right around here, I don't see the mole. She's wearing a lot of makeup. A lot of makeup. Let's check out here. Just so you can, oh man, you can't see it. Her smile is, she has a beautiful smile. Let me just say that. Let me see, might be able to. Okay. I thought I could find it, but I can't. But you know, she has that mole. And it's not working out the way I want it to. Oh my goodness. But her pictures have been heavily filtered. Even going back to the video, she is very, very, I don't want to put too many varies on it, but she lost a lot of weight. Hold on, let me see. Let me bring something up. One of my saved articles. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, wait a minute. Here. I meant to bring this up. Harvey Levine from TMZ. I thought that was Let me get through this. Okay. And then I'm going to find that article, something with her on it, to where you can see her mole, and then you can see what I'm talking about. Come on.
More now on the breaking news from the royal family. Princess Kate telling the world they can stop all the rumors and speculation that she is in fact being treated for cancer. TMZ's Harvey Levine joining us tonight with the latest developments and reaction. Thanks for being here, Harvey. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
The announcement comes after the TMZ special, Where is Kate, aired last night. Do you think the palace realized that they just couldn't hide this anymore, that there was too much speculation?
Yeah, and I think a lot of it, honestly, was self-inflicted. I think what Kate did today was, she did a great job. I mean, it was clearly, heartfelt, sincere. I think, people on social media have backed off, which was the goal. The problem here was just that the palace was not being honest about this. I mean, the Mother's Day photo was a fiasco for them because that's not a picture in real time, and it's obvious it wasn't. And I think they had to tamp down all of the speculation because the speculation kind of came from a real lack of transparency. They could have said nothing, and there probably still would have been speculation, but it felt like they were hiding and changing a story that clearly wasn't so. And I think that's what kind of got social media going crazy. And traditional media followed suit. So I think this was necessary, but I think she did a fantastic job. And it was really heartfelt and sad. But I think she has kind of put an end to all of that.
Right, it definitely was heartfelt. She did not say, Harvey, what kind of cancer she had. She also asked for privacy. Do you think that it's going to be left alone and people will give her that privacy? I mean, she did mention her young family and her children and how everyone was dealing with it.
Yeah. I think that no one is going to speculate? No, it's just not the world we live in anymore. And so they probably will. But honestly, whether it's this type of cancer or that type of cancer, I'm not sure the impact all of that has. What she said was, it appears, at least this is the way I received it, that they caught it fairly early, that she's getting preventive treatment, which she said. And, to me, she's told the story. Now, there are details within that story that I still think people will probably speculate on, but it's not going to be what it's been over the last month and a half.
And it had to be really hard to be such a public person and, having cancer, whether you're a private person or a public person, but to be the Princess of Wales and having to deal with that can't be easy.
Well, think about what's going on in that family right now. You've got 2 of the 4 senior members of the royal family who have cancer, and their 2 spouses are dealing with all of that. So all 4 senior members are really in the throes of all of this. I don't remember a time when anything like that has happened, and they really don't have much of a bench over there at Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace. There aren't that many other royals. Harry and Meghan, have left, and there are several others, but not the high-profile people that these 4 are, and they have to carry on these official duties that are really vital to the royal family. The Queen Elizabeth always said that the family has to be seen to be trusted. And it's real hard to do that when they're dealing with this in 2 families right now.
Absolutely. All right, Harvey, we really appreciate you joining us tonight. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Now he put it he said it best. He said it best. And what I find interesting is that outside of not being able to trust what's being said because Kensington Palace has made it really bad. But this is the interesting part. 4 senior members are sick. 4. Also, you have King Charles, Princess Kate, also Duchess Ferguson. She also has cancer too. Now, the Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip also passed of cancer as well. Is this something environmental? What is going on to where all of these people are sick? 2 have passed, and the others are currently fighting for their lives. Is it environmental? Now, is it, well, you can't touch someone and get cancer. No. So Princess Kate and Duchess Ferguson are not related. They're only related through marriage. So how do they fall sick? It's like did cancer come and say, hey, hi, Princess Kate, hi, Duchess Ferguson? And I'm not making light of it. No, just I don't even know how to put it. And I know it's coming off silly, but it's very serious. And what is going on? I mean, I'm not trying to drag anybody in a low-key way. No, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just simply asking questions. And if you have any thoughts, please, what are your thoughts? Because it doesn't make any sense. It truly doesn't. I just see Princess Diana all over again, but just in a different way. And it's really sad to see that Prince William's fingerprints is all over this. Now, he's next in line to be king, and King Charles doesn't look very good at all. And he's fighting prostate cancer. We know exactly what he's fighting. Duchess Ferguson, I believe they said that she had breast cancer. We know exactly what she's fighting. But Princess Kate, now, my sister who passed of cancer, she had bone cancer, lung cancer, and she had a cancerous tumor. I mean, she just was riddled with it. And when she found out about it, she passed 6 weeks later. Now, some of us, I believe she knew about it before. So whatever Princess Kate is suffering from, and other people of her family is suffering from cancer too, I'm going to ask one question. And you're going to say, BGD, you're being very conspiratorial. No, I'm not. Who benefits? Who benefits? Who benefits from the downfall of the monarchy? Because that's what occurred. Matter of fact, somebody said it, and I thought it was very interesting, but I do remember this. I do remember hearing Notre Dame said that there will be a king of England that would rise up that would not rule long. And then one would succeed. Not that he was ready. I'm not quite sure, so I'm not going to say anything about that. Check that out and see if that matches up to this right here. Because the way Prince William is handling this right here through the palace, Kensington Palace, it's not good. It isn't good at all. The way he handled it. Hey, how you doing, Lexi? Lexi says, whoa, good point. Just getting here. I have to run. Okay. I really thank you. Thank you. Yes. Well, thank you. I've been catching a little heat about, you know, sometimes honesty is like zings people. But yeah, who benefits? Who benefits if the monarch goes down? That's what it looks like to me. And if Prince William is managing the kingdom or whatever parts he has through Kensington Palace, which they need to fire those people right there. I don't know who's heart of who was the head of communication. They're doing a horrible job. And Kensington Palace has not come out at all and said, yes, we approve this. No, we did not approve that. They will not. And it's going to leave us speculating. But if this is the best that Prince William can do, the monarch, in my opinion, is in trouble. He is not ready to lead the monarch, to govern the firm. No, he's not. Just based on this right here. Just based on this right here, he's not ready. I hope long life to King Charles. I hope he gets through it. If it's no more than the fact what his mother did, Queen Elizabeth II did not give up power at all. And I never understood why. I said in the previous video, I never understood why. But now that I see this foolishness down here, I get why. She passed away in office. Her mother, Queen Elizabeth II's mother, gave power to her daughter. After when her father died, power went to her. And she ruled for 70 years. She couldn't take a vacation with all that foolishness going on. Oh my goodness, she couldn't. And the sad part about Prince William is he saw his grandmother. He saw how she ruled. His behavior should have been in check to get him ready to rule, but it wasn't. He was allowed to act a fool behind the scenes. And to be, and yes, I'm going to say, you're going to get mad at me, but that's okay. It is what it is. He is petty. You can't be in a place of leadership. And that's what he's in a leadership role by being king to rule over. He has a lot of land to rule over. The firm has a lot to rule over. And if he is petty and immature and spiteful, that doesn't last long. And there was some speculation that that if Prince William does become king, well, or better yet, would Prince Harry come back and serve as some type of regents to help? I don't think Harry would ever come back. I mean, he can't come back and protect his wife from that stuff right there. And I'm not even going to get into the color thing. No. Look at how Princess Diana was treated. Her Royal Highness was taken away. Her security was taken away. Prince William took away his brother's security. I mean, that's his brother. You can't make that stuff up. He took away his brother's security to where he is going around the world like, look, it's wild over there. My wife and I, we are having some serious issues. Can we come here? Kick him out. The only place to where they had security and safety was here in America through Princess Meghan Markle. Her connections provided them with security and a place to stay until they got their affairs in order. Whether if you like it or not, Tyler Perry did what Prince William did not do. And he's in line for the throne. And if he's doing that he's not ready. Not ready at all. So look, those of you who don't like Meghan Markle, fine, you don't have to like her, but her connections kept her husband, and her family to have security where her brother didn't give it. Where am I lying? I know I'm going to have some of you trolls in there, because you like Kate or because you like William. It doesn't matter whether if you like him or not. Look at what has been done. And that right there, his blood brother and his niece and nephew are his blood. And that is how he's behaving. I would say with family like that, who needs enemies? Some of us have family like that, and we're not even royal or rich or whatever. But my heart goes out to Princess Kate. Now, she may not be my favorite royal, but my heart goes out to her. I mean, she's going through all of this, and Prince William is throwing all this chaos out for what? Making her come out. Heavy filters. I can't. I'm trying to find that photo of her sitting on a bench, and when you look at it, heavy filters. You don't even see the mole. And I try to show other pictures. You didn't see the mole because the makeup was so heavy, and the filters. Prince William. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean, I want to drag you so bad. I want to take you and run you back and forth on the street. I want to. But that right there it wouldn't serve any justice at all. I mean, I would feel better. Maybe some of you will feel better, like, yeah, get him, BGD, get him, drag him. But it doesn't serve Princess Kate at all. My heart goes out to her, and for her, and if you really look at her, you'll see that her shirt is big and she's small. Really pay attention to the shirt, her pants. You'll see that she's very, very thin, and she's trying to sit in a way to where royals sit. She's doing her very best. Yep, Princess Diana prepared Harry for yes, she did. And it's so sad. Diana is, man, thank you. I remember that. Princess Diana, when Prince Harry came out and said he watched what his mother went through, and being in that palace, she also thought about offing herself. She also wasn't eating. Doesn't that remind you of Princess Meghan and now Princess Kate? I don't know what it is about the women who come in to the royal house, but it's nothing pretty. It isn't pretty. Princess Diana, she did everything humanly possible to give them what is normal. And Cher, you're absolutely right. She poured into Harry. She poured as much of herself that she could into Harry to give him humanity. Princess Diana was the one who took off the gloves. She took off her gloves and she touched people. You wore the gloves, so when you shook someone's hand, they weren't shaking your hand, they were shaking the glove. When she went into Africa, into those countries, and the countries that she went to in Africa are under the Commonwealth. Every country she went to is, matter of fact, don't believe me, type in British Commonwealth and see all the countries that are underneath it. And look at the countries where Princess Diana went to. She was shedding light like in your face, royals. You're going to treat me like this? I'm going to expose you. And I'm going to expose you in a way without exposing you. Somebody's going to look this up. And she took off her gloves. She was touching babies that had AIDS. She was touching babies that were sick. She was touching people, holding their hands, hugging them, and giving them humanity. That's something that the royals lacked. Humanity. Now, you may not like what I'm saying, and that's under the category of TB. Too bad, because it's true. They lack the humanity. They stand there and look, oh, wow. Oh, yeah, okay. No, Diana was like, no, move aside. No. Let me show you how people deal with people. Human touch. If it's no more than that, that right there does a lot. Princess Kate needs human touch, compassion, and love. That will most definitely help. Because what Prince William is doing, and yeah, I think I'm dragging him a little bit. What Prince William is doing, not cool at all. No. But when Prince Harry, I'm going back to Prince Harry for a reason. When Prince Harry said, well, first he went to his father, Dad, please, my wife needs help. She's struggling. Then Prince Charles said, well, that's what happens. I mean, look. Hey, it is what it is. She can fight through it. Toughen up. Cheerio. Toughen up. He did not fight for Diana. He did not fight for his children. He didn't. He just went along to get along. That's what we do. But Prince Harry said, nope, no way. I saw my mother struggle. I know. I could only imagine what he knows. I could only imagine what he knows. And the fact that he did not know that Princess Kate was sick. Prince Harry and Princess Meghan Markle had to find out on TV. That's horrible. That she had cancer, and the only thing what they could say was Princess Meghan Markle came out and said, I hope, what did she say? I hope she gets better or something along those lines. I wish her health. And of course, they had to drag her for that. You can't even express love for your sister-in-law. No, you can't. They got to drag you for that. But Prince Harry protected his family. And I wish Prince William will find some semblance of his mother, Princess Diana, find some semblance of her, tap into that, and bring compassion. Because one of the qualities of being a king, besides being a ruler, is to also have compassion. Oh, yeah. But on that note, everything that I have shown you, the reason why that I do not believe the Kensington Palace, I don't believe what they say. And if there is some truth to it, there's a little speck here, a little speck there, but the rest is, foolery. So whenever something comes out, I'll look, but I need to verify it because I can't come out and make videos and say, oh, this is true. Just like my previous video talking about Kate, and I got people dragging me saying how Kate had a termination. Look, that's not written. I can't talk about that. That's not written. No. Or this or that. No. I'm being dragged for that. The only thing I talked about was the cancer. That was it. And I was drugged for that. It's wild. But Prince William, compassion. That gotta tap. Please, you may never see my video. You may never see it, but if you happen to, please, compassion. your your great grandfather, King George, had compassion. He was a good king. Compassion. Your grandmother's father had and he wasn't even supposed to be king. His brother, he gave up the king. He man, look. Man. Prince William reminds me, just go back and read. Go back and read, what was it? Prince King, oh, I can't think of his name right now. King George's brother. He went after Wallace. I can't remember who she's related to. Oh my goodness. She came from a wealthy family. But she came over to England and he looked at Wallace. Let me see. Carrie says it's reported that she had abdominal surgery. Yeah. And cancer, and was discovered during the surgery. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. And I was talking about how some things didn't make sense, the order of it. It didn't make sense. And that's one of the reasons why I have a problem with what they're putting out, you know, as far as the statements. And a lot of the statements that were made were not even based in medicine. And also, I showed a video where a medical professional, a doctor, came and said, you know, what she said and what they did was a little backwards. This was how it was supposed to go. Yeah. But King George's brother gave up the kingdom for a woman. I'm looking at Prince William. And look, yeah, he wants to me. It looks like I want to dabble around some more. I'm not ready for all this responsibility. Nah, I'm not ready for this. I want to live. I want to go out and whatever, dance, jump around, whatever. But this whole Kate situation, it's very sad. But I will say this again. And that is, you don't have preventative chemotherapy. That simply doesn't exist. I'll say it again. You don't. The way it was stated was she had abdominal surgery. Whatever was there, they took it out. Then later, you have cancer. They don't go in and take anything out unless if it's cancer. And I even gave examples as far as my brother. Like I said, my brother had astrocytoma brain tumors. And before they even went in, they did a biopsy. They saw something. Because he came in having some types of he had a what do you call it? A physical. And within that physical, they noticed something. They're like, okay, there's something wrong. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. And they did a lot of tests and a biopsy. Cancer. Now, there's either cancer or something that is benign, non-cancer. And if they went in to take it out, you know, the way what they're putting out, it's very hard to believe what they're putting out, the way they're putting out. And Kate, they're saying that she has cancer. I don't know. There's way too much chaos. And again, I'm going to say this again. There are several high royals that are ill. And Queen Elizabeth II, Prince Philip, and King Charles have had cancer and have cancer. Then you have Princess Diana and Duchess Ferguson that have cancer. What is going on around that area for them all to have cancer so close together? Something environmental? What's going on? And who benefits? Because if they go down, like I said earlier, who benefits? Because Prince William, sure enough, isn't ready at all. Isn't ready at all to take over the throne. No. Ponder on that one. Ponder on that one. That would be something. Just, I'm sitting here thinking, my mind is going a million miles a second of who would benefit the most. And I'm not laughing. Please don't say, you're over there laughing at that. No, I'm not. I'm just thinking, wow. But check out Nostradamus, because he said that there would be a British, I can't remember what word he used, king, that did not, that who did not rule long, and then someone preceded him, and then it went away. So I got to check that out and give you my thoughts on that if I choose to go down that road. It's quite interesting. But Kensington Palace, its reputation is Associated Press. No reputable newspaper is taking what they say seriously. And go on their website. Go on Kensington Palace website. Do that. Do that and see who are the people that have offices there and the rulership. Right up there. Just check it out. Kensington Palace and also Buckingham Palace. I did. I was like, ain't this a blip? This is something. Okay, Prince Philip. I'm sorry. Okay, Prince William. Nothing goes past these walls unless if you approve it. This is all you. But on that note, I don't even, it's just wild. It is. But please like, subscribe. Please, write this for free. Please help me get to 5,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get there, 5,000 subscribers and 10,000 subscribers. I'm trying to move up. Doing my very best to give out, good content, but not be salacious and gossipy. No. And if you're into Marilyn Manson, that will be coming up soon. That trial, I will be covering it. Oh, you want to talk about toxic femininity? Right there. Evan Rachel Wood. But on that note, I want to thank you for stopping by. I hope my content was worth your time, because one thing you can never give back is time. Once time is used, you never get it back again. Thank you. Bye-bye.